Good morning, it's MJ, the creator of the Crow Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me this beautiful Wednesday morning. It is June 12th, and this is the general reading for the collective. And for all of you who have downloaded the ebook, yay, thank you so much. I'm hoping that you're enjoying it. If you haven't downloaded it and you have the deck, say you purchased it through US Games or you picked it up through me or anywhere, this week only, I am offering to everyone, not just those who purchase the deck through me, but everyone can get the guidebook for $10. Just in case maybe you got it as a gift, the deck as a gift. But after this week, it will only be offered, that discount will only be offered to those who purchase the deck through me. So this week only, if you got your deck on Amazon and you want to learn a little bit more about how color plays into the cards, or the symbolism that I used, or like why do you see poppies so much in the deck, or things like that, you can get the download for $10, and I greatly appreciate it. I mean, this is my full-time gig. This is what I do for a living. This is how I put the roof over the head and over our heads and put the food in the bellies. So, I greatly appreciate every order, and I thank you so much. So I've been shuffling, like as I go here, and I'm just going to get centered and think about what my purpose at this moment is, and that is to provide you with an insightful reading that hopefully inspires perhaps some action, soothes some fear, perhaps gives you maybe some things to take away, some action steps perhaps that you can take away. So let's start with the first card, and that is the Foundation card. And this is the card where if you think about your current situation, what's going on at this present moment, it can be tied to this time of victory and feeling very supported. Sitting in the sun here. So this Six of Wands, it really created the steps to where you are today. It laid down the framework, and it's a nice solid one. It's easier to start from a victory than a defeat, that's for sure. So the next card we have is our current situation. And this is leading you somewhere new. There's new opportunities to be had. So let's see what the crows bring back from the other side. This is that little piece of information that could help perhaps ease some friction if you're feeling a sense of friction right now, or maybe it can reinforce a feeling of optimism that you're experiencing, and give you some ideas. And okay, so let's get started here. Let's unpack this information. So at the core, or at the beginning, you found a victory. It was one that was it wasn't just a quick one. It wasn't just a victory where you felt a moment of joy, and then it's like, all right, yeah, I got what I wanted, and now I'm moving on. This was a victory in which you laid down something pretty important. Like you put into motion an idea, or created something that not only did you benefit from this outcome, but you also helped others in some capacity. And because of that, you were recognized for your efforts. It's like you went into this project with not just yourself on your mind. You really went into it with this hope that you were going to be able to contribute something, and you did. You found success in that, and you found that, you know, the people who you wanted to connect with helped you along the way. Not only did they help you find this victory, but they also looked up to you. And this is a lovely, lovely start, because here you are, you have this support, you have these creative ideas, you're in this fiery circle here, so the spotlight is on you at this moment. But the one thing, like, you know, to know with this is that this is not an ending, right? This is just a moment in time for you. So this is something that you should, you know, that if you're still experiencing this time of being in the spotlight, in the victory circle, and having those around you admire you, or, you know, acknowledge the hard work that you put in, you know, feel that gratitude that comes with it, but know that it's not permanent. You know, it's going to change, it's going to grow, and you know, this is a very organic time for you, where you have this opportunity to take something that you've worked on and then develop it further, or take the support that you have and then reinforce it by contributing even more to the greater good, you know, to the collective. And so this is a lovely energy here. You planted seeds, and those seeds bloomed, and in the blooming, it brought you to your tribe. You're pure at heart, and you did pull people together. There's a loving energy around this. When I created this card, I just wanted it to feel like, I wanted to evoke that feeling of pride and feeling of just, you know, making it to a place that may have seemed unattainable, but you got there, and knowing that there is plenty of support for you. And that it's solid. So this color in the background is this bluish, you know, hue, and it's very commanding. It's, you know, it's a color that when you think about the color blue, like, a lot of businesses use the color blue because it denotes, you know, like firm, you know, integrity, and you know, reliability, things like that. So that's what, you know, this background here. And then in contrast, the fiery orange of the wands, that's your creativity. And so as a foundation, this is great, right? Because you're in this good position. You're probably feeling pretty good about your accomplishments. And when you're in that space of feeling good and feeling pride, and knowing that you have something of value that you're able to contribute to others, that raises your vibration. And when you raise your vibration, then you're able to attract more positive experiences to your life. If you're in this position where you're like, oh God, I'm so, like, life is horrible, life is stressed out, that's what you're going to attract as well. So here you're in this good place of attracting more opportunities, and more potential will come to you. There's, you know, or an opportunity for potential will come to you because you're in this real positive, vibrant state. So here we move into the Six of Swords, and, you know, the Six of Swords is, you know, one of a journey, and perhaps having some regrets. So maybe not everything during the Six of Wands was perfect, right? And because of that, you had to let go of a couple things. But in that letting go, you know, it's not devastating. It's not going to change your course. It's not going to prevent you from moving ahead. In fact, it's only going to, you see how this sword is further down? On this card, all the swords are pointing downward, and especially this one here, which really, and it's centered where these regrets are. It's like you made that final decision, and you are firm on your decision that regardless of the regret, regardless of how stormy the seas may be, you know that there is an opportunity here if you make it across. If you can let go of this past, take the victory that you had, use that as your fuel, and use that to really like fuel this journey, because you've made the final decision to move ahead. And so right now, this is if you think about the momentum that's building around you, right? It's like something is happening, something is going on, and you can almost feel that energy. Like, when you think about the sea sort of, being choppy and very active, right? You might be able to feel that energy around you feeling that way as well. If you think about, just sitting there still, what does the air feel like? Do you feel that electricity, in the air? Is your mind just like going over all the details? Are you thinking about what does this, new path perhaps look like for you? Is there something going on in your life that has you excited about moving forward and perhaps letting go of this past regret, without a blink of the eye, right? So this is a wonderful time to move ahead. There is change as a result of this. Change is happening. You're connecting, I feel like with these two, it's like you're connecting with yourself and with others in a way that I almost want to say it's like purpose driven, like where it's like, where you want to go, you've got all this creativity, within you, you've got that fire in your belly, and then you combine that with this like very air, forward motion, like wind. You think like the wind, and it's just like it creates like a firestorm. And then we have the 9 of Wands coming up here. So are you feeling tired? Are you exhausted? Are you trying to do too much at one time? And because of that, you're perhaps messing up somewhere. Hey, I can tell you, I lived this 9 of Wands. Let me tell you a little story here real fast. In getting out all of these guidebooks, I print out all the labels. And I print them because it's like, I do this in batches. So it's like, I print out like 50 labels, sign 50 books, stack, put them in envelopes, and then I take them to the post office, okay? And by the way, I don't have a car, so I do this in little Reach Now cars we have in Seattle, or I walk them to the post office, which is about 10 blocks. But anyway, I had one night, I was like, I'm just gonna bust out and print all of these labels. I'm just gonna print them all out, and then in the morning, I'll be, I don't know what that is. I'm not expecting a package, so I'm not answering it. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. Long story short is that in my trying to get everything done so quickly and trying to be ahead of the game the next day, I ended up placing those labels on a shelf somewhere and forgot about them. And I put them not somewhere, but in my little office space. I put them on a shelf, forgot that they were there, and in the morning, got up, did my normal routine, blah, 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 it's like, did the reading, and printed more labels, did my 50, and it was like, and completely forgot about the stack I did the night before. And that is an example of when you're so tired and you're trying to get something done, you make foolish errors. And it's just what happens sometimes. So right here with this 9 of Wands, we have that energy right now is saying, hey, if you need a break, if you need to rest, if you need just a breather, take it before you make a mistake. Take it and know that it's not that you're being lazy, right? Because we all need to rest our brains and rest our muscles. Otherwise, you end up just making more work for yourself, or disappointing people, or getting people upset with you, as I found, out. And so this is a time when you really think about it, like you're on this long journey. This is not going to be a short journey, so you might as well rest and make sure that you're getting in the downtime that you need so that you don't fizzle out or you don't make errors along the way. And so the cherry blossoms here indicate that there is something that you're working towards and it's worth pursuing. You have the strength. The clouds I see here, they may be they may be moving away so that the sun can shine down and you can see where you need to take a step back, perhaps maybe ask for help. Or it may be, depending on your situation, that the clouds are moving in and telling you, it's time to quiet that fire in your belly for a little bit so that you can rest. Take a breather. But overall, I mean, this is such a positive place, but it does require you to take care of yourself, right? There's only one you, and you're the best you that you have. And when you do your best, that's all you can do. It's like, I have to remind myself this all the time. I am human. I make mistakes. And unless you're, unless you're a brain surgeon or unless you're, somebody who is responsible for saving lives, if you make an error, it's probably not going to hurt anybody, right? I mean, big picture stuff here, right? But you may disappoint people or you may disappoint yourself. So take a break, relax. Take a moment or two to just sit in quiet and appreciate everything that you have around you so that you can regain your strength. Because when you regain your strength, then you can move ahead on this journey and it's going to be wonderful. And it's going to be a place where not only are you stronger because of it, you're more optimistic and you'll finish this long, long road ahead of you with confidence. So anyway, I hope this reading makes sense. And now I'm going to go downstairs and see what on earth was causing the beeping, the buzzer. Maybe I got a surprise. You never know. But anyway, bye for now. Much love and peace. Peace. Talk with you tomorrow. Bye.